my mum have Marfan syndrome. I saw on the TV about the Nordkapp challenge and the support it's giving to people with the condition. I just wanted to say how important it is to our family that you are spreading awareness of this disorder. It's put a smile on my mum's face. Thank you for bringing this to people's attention, and good luck in your adventure. Joe.
In 2013, the Nordkapp Challenge saw a team of 7 men drive thousands of miles into the Arctic Circle, all in aid of the Marfan Trust. Driving from Malvern in England to Nordkapp in Norway in just 9 days, these guys have put aside everything to spread awareness of Marfan syndrome across Europe. For the 5,000-mile round trip, the team will drive 5 brand new open-top Morgan sports cars. They'll endure every last inch of the journey for Marfan families internationally. Like Steve, whose daughter was diagnosed last year. Steve is the managing director of the Morgan Motor Company, and it was the Morgan community that came together in response to Lucy's struggle. Growing up, Lucy has had multiple operations to treat her symptoms, and it's been tough for both her and her family.
Even though I have this syndrome and have to go in and out of hospital, I try to maintain a normal lifestyle. I try and do everything that I can and just have a go.
Their first stop after leaving the factory in Malvern is a place steeped in motor racing history.
What would you like, sir? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Absolutely in my heaven.
Well, yeah, this is Morgan heaven. What would you like, a sausage or a bit of bacon?
Steve's customers and friends came together and proposed an expedition into the Arctic to raise money and awareness for the Marfan Trust in light of his family's difficulties. The team is made up of Tim, Simon, Andy, John, Brian and Matty. There's a lot riding on their success, and many people from the Morgan and Marfan communities turn up to support them. Dr. Anne Child is the medical director at the Marfan Trust and leads research trials into new ways to treat Marfan syndrome to improve patients' lives.
Because of the recent recession, this trial is underfunded, and we're very, very grateful to the Morgan Company for raising funds for the trial directly through the Nordkapp Challenge.
If the Nordkapp Challenge is a success, the team are set to raise a huge £50,000 in funding for the Marfan Trust research trials. However, there's a long road ahead. The convoy of Morgan cars have to travel through France, Belgium and Germany, making stops at Morgan dealerships along the way. Then on to southern Scandinavia, through Denmark, Sweden and into Norway for their final 1,000 miles to Nordkapp.
Thank you very much for all showing up on this lovely sunny day. Cheers. Thank you.
On the road, the guys will drive with a great sense of purpose. They have a few hundred miles to cover on their first day. John has coordinated the entire route for the challenge, and he shows the team how his cold weather gear isn't quite up to scratch. Flying through France and straight into Belgium, the team's next stop is at the Morgan dealership in Brussels. Here, the Belgian Morgan community have come together for the cause, and the team receive a hugely generous first donation to the challenge and the Marfan Trust.
Yourselves is just really, really wonderful. So thank you very much. Thank you.
But there's more in store for Steve. Since starting as an apprentice in the late 80s, Steve has worked his way up at Morgan, and the cars he's built are still around today.
So what you have when you make the bonnets, you have 2 numbers on each bonnet. You have the engine number on there, and then you have a clock number. Clock number's there, 35, That was my old clock number, so I made that bonnet.
Ah.
Mr. Morris himself made this bonnet.
He made that bonnet. So this car is now...
An eventful first day, but with only 300 miles on the clock, the challenge has only just started. The next morning, the team have to pound down the autobahns to the first of a few stops in Germany. Situated in an old tram station, Meilenwerk in Dusseldorf is a treasure trove for car connoisseurs. The guys take in the sights, and for Simon there's a blast from the past.
My first car, 1972 Volkswagen Beetle.
Simon was one of the original instigators of the trip. A year ago, he and Andy brought the idea to Steve's attention. But Andy almost had to cancel his commitment to the trip, having developed cancer earlier this year, which is why it means so much for him to be here for the cause. Morgan's finance director Tim has the job of processing all the donations along the way and welcomes the opportunity to take his work on the road. The guys are set to clock hundreds of miles through Germany. Out of Dusseldorf and through Bielefeld, they settle for the evening in Hamburg. Brian is the team's most experienced driver. He savours every mile on the clock, supporting Steve and his family.
Yeah, good to see you. How are you? Brian Whitman. Yeah, you'd like to see him. Good connection. Matt does need to be towed because he's going to be inside without the steering wheel.
Am I? Great. Hey! Fantastic.
Matty, as the head of MogMac, has come along to document the trip for Morgan enthusiasts internationally. The next morning, the convoy leaves Germany for Scandinavia, and the team take every opportunity to spread awareness of Marfan syndrome.
Marfan is a heart complaint. It's a heart, genetic heart condition. Yeah. It's not curable, so we need to make more people aware of the condition because there are so many people who don't know they have it. No.
And for many Marfan families, the diagnosis comes too late.
We often counsel the families who've lost someone suddenly and unexpectedly that we can turn this negative event into something positive for the whole family and make sure it never happens again by screening and treating, because it is a treatable condition in all its aspects if we can just make a diagnosis early enough.
Having endured the monotonous motorways of Denmark, broken only by a stop at Morgan Skanderborg, the team carry their message of Marfan awareness further into Scandinavia.
John, how are you?
Yes, very good. Welcome to Sweden.
Thank you. I'm Andy. Good to meet you. I like your flying helmet.
The main thing is you have to be tested so that you know that you have the defective heart. Because some people in England, we have 18,000 people who have it. Only 9,000 know they have it. The other group of people aren't even aware that they have it. So unless you get tested, then you can have problems with your heart. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The journey sends the team further north, and news of their efforts have spread far and wide. Stopping in Angelholm, Christian van Koenigsegg has welcomed the team to his hypercar factory in honour of their cause. This is a rare and exclusive opportunity that any petrolhead would love to experience.
So, welcome to Koenigsegg headquarters in Angelholm.
Here, this is our office building we're at right now, and we'll start to show you around a little bit here. So this is technically similar to an early version CCR production car, but it's a rough, at the same time it's a rough prototype with less good finish and so on. But technically it's the same. There is one difference, and that it's got a roll cage in it, as it was a test car. But this car we did 388 kilometers per hour at the Nardo circular test track in Italy. And with about 1 kilometer per hour we beat the McLaren F1. But yeah, so it's a bit of a historic car, this one. Quite exciting. So you can see here is also our own magnesium casting on the underside of the intake.
Where's the car that you're lending us for the trip?
Yeah.
Can't see it.
Well, you can take my Saab out there.
And when you're in England, please could just come and see us.
I appreciate
You're more than
it.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Buzzing from their tour at the factory, a local Morgan enthusiast, Tim, has offered his hotel to the drivers.
We've got lots of beer and we've got lots of food coming your way.
Okay. Ja, men den finns ju med karamell och i träd den där biten.
With a stunning show from a local ex-fighter pilot in honour of the Nordkapp Challenge, the guys are speechless.
Is that right? That's brilliant. I'm not sure how we top this, Tim. Just stay here now.
And when their new friend makes an unexpected visit, the team jump at the chance to offer him a go in their favourite little character, the three-wheeler.
Through taxis.
Yeah.
You picked him up in Sweden. How did I meet Matty, the producer of Morgan magazine?
He tried to flog you a subscription.
He tried to flog me a subscription and I didn't take it up. Morgan is a lifestyle. All the other cars are great, they're fantastic. I love cars, I have had different types of cars. They're fantastic, I still do. I have eccentric cars, but Morgan
at buying, bad at selling.
is, I don't know who I'm looking. Morgan is a lifestyle.
Christian's certainly complimentary about the British engineering, and given Steve's background, he's pleased to hear so.
That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it as well.
Oh, good, good.
It's really alive.
Yeah,
Though Christian has one more treat in store for Steve.
Look at the smile on your face.
Please.
I'm driving.
Yeah, sure.
After Steve returns from the drive of his life, the team are exhausted. They have a big day tomorrow as they cross into Norway, where Nordkapp awaits. Having made many friends the night before, they move on to the next dealership in Vetlanda. But it seems hotel owner Tim has a surprise in store for the team, as they appear to have forgotten a few things.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, let's go to the pub, everybody.
Actually, a chance of making some more money here for the charity. I'd like to auction off some stuff that was left at the hotel.
Oh no. That's perfect.
Purple underpants.
They probably one of the kids.
One of the students. No one's aiming. 100 crowns. 100 crowns. Please, that's for the charity.
Thank you very much.
A successful send-off sees the team back on the road to Norway. But with the weather taking a turn for the worse, it's not long before their progress is hindered. Norway is the longest leg of the journey. With just under 2,000 miles left to cover and the weather continuing to worsen, it seems the real challenge has just begun. Their first stop in Norway is Moss, at the house of Knut Hallen, the head of the Norwegian Morgan community. For some, the break from the wet roads is received very well. The local mayor has joined the gathering to appreciate the gravity of the challenge ahead.
So today was the real start of the challenge today. So.
Knut Hallen is also an avid Morgan racing driver.
We think you are fantastic, a little crazy, but we like crazy people. If you could sign as a memory, all the team, for the crazy team for Nordkapp. So this is one of the 101 super sports with a genuine racing history. So we did not well at Le Mans. We finished 48, about 62. But we finished.
Still finished. Yeah, I was going to say the Mans all about finishing.
And this is a gift for you.
Oh, Knut, you're a superstar.
You need it, and another.
Thank you very much.
On the way to the hotel, the guys take some eerie detours through the vast mountain ranges. As they head further north, the days grow longer and the team begin to show their weariness as fatigue sets in. There's tension in the ranks as the team struggle to keep in convoy on the single-carriage mountainous roads. Even our film crew were turned away as the guys discussed in private how best to press on. Despite the stresses of the day, it's all worth it as two brilliant landmarks are en route and the guys ready themselves for a bit of well-earned fun. With 15 miles of Norwegian engineering, the world's longest road tunnel gives the guys an opportunity to blow off some steam and warm up their motors for what's around the corner. Five miles, 8 bridges and furiously stunning landscapes, the North Atlantic Road is the perfect route for these beautiful cars to show their work. Blind corners and exhilarating bridges make this drive the perfect test for seasoned motorists, such as the Nordkapp Challenge team. A fantastic climax to a tough day. As the northern sun dips, twilight shows itself, and it's time to head to the next rest stop for the night. After a quiet night in hell, the guys press on as the Arctic Circle looms on the horizon. Nordkapp Challenge team break into the Arctic Circle and are stunned by the sudden change in terrain.
How far is Nordkapp from here?
Okay.
How many kilometres?
Well, you have another 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that.
1,000 clicks,
Yes.
Jono?
Yes.
So, we got
It's not long before their overzealous driving must come to an end. With just over 600 miles to go up the lonely icy roads, and with the cold setting in, the challenge is growing by the hour. When Tim and Steve test the three-wheeler in the snow, they quickly realise it perhaps wasn't such a great idea. Despite the convoy having acted more cautiously, enduring the Arctic roads has taken its toll on the cars. There's a problem.
It does it when it gets hot.
Yeah.
You just go to one cylinder slow, cooling itself down.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, Tim has noticed that the three-wheeler hasn't been performing. After inspecting the engine, it now won't even start, and it's not clear why. The team try everything they can to get the car running before the morning, though it doesn't look hopeful. It's been a tiring day already, but Steve's adamant to work through the night as he knows how much is riding on the team's success. After hours of work under the relentless midnight sun, the next morning, the car is still not starting.
We found every 24-hour
rescue surface, Viking.
Who all decided that actually they're not quite 24 hours. They're when they decide they want to be 24 hours.
However, Steve has discovered the problem. There's water in the fuel tank, and the fuel injector is broken.
Thank you. Sorry. Thanks a lot. Come off again.
Wow. Look, that's water. That's water. Yeah.
The team is on such a tight schedule, our film crew had to stop work and lend a helping hand. And when news of the team's predicament spreads throughout the quiet town, even on a Sunday in northernmost Scandinavia, the locals come out to help.
He can't fix this problem. Nobody can. Yeah. Well, I remember. I grew up with that guy.
Engineers and mechanics alike, everyone starts mucking in. These aren't members of the Morgan community. They're simply people who recognise the gravity of the situation and what it means for the charity it's helping.
You can only go wrong once.
You break it, you buy it. Better than you do it.
And new O-rings to the.
Oh, you star!
Thank you.
In Tomo. No.
Oh, look at that. Run on one cylinder. So
without damaging it.
Without damaging it.
350 miles, yeah.
Yeah, we've just got to go where we go.
Be a bit slow going up hills.
Well, you know, just some people can spear off. And the
What's he saying?
As testament to their selfless hours of hard work, Simon asks that Glenn and the bikers sign the three-wheeler.
In honour of you guys putting it back on the road for us.
And in tribute to the town that saved the challenge, the car is now christened Bardufoss the Morgan three-wheeler. The importance of this trip hits home, not just of spreading Marfan awareness, but the power of people coming together for a worthy cause. They drive forward with a renewed sense of purpose. It's only one more stop before their final destination. Nordkapp is tantalizingly close. But it isn't long before John finds an issue. Steve keeps the team on track, with the home straight in sight.
I've disconnected the other cylinder, and it's running the same, so it's only firing on one. It's only running on one, and I think the other one's dragging it.
Just run it like that for a bit, see how you go on, and stop it.
What I don't want to do is get 50 miles up the road, blow the lump,
No, what
and it's bad enough getting
try it
something down there,
disconnected.
so
Try it
we're
disconnected for 10-15 minutes. See what happens.
Come on, Bardufoss, skip me now!
Come on.
Take it for a spin. Yeah, what do you think this trailer's going to say? Let's take him for a spin. You want to take a photo?
Tiring. Too much driving, too steady a pace.
Too little sleep.
Yeah.
2 days with 5 hours sleep.
Having caught up on some much-needed sleep, final checks are made to the three-wheeler before the last 200-mile road to Nordkapp. With Brian being the most seasoned motorist of the team, he takes on the task of driving the sick three-wheeler on the last leg of the journey.
The Arctic Wolf driving is going to happen. No problem. We're in. Onwards and upwards.
On the final approach, Brian can't keep her running along the winding mountain roads. It's less than 20 miles to Nordkapp, so the four running Morgans press on, with Brian's assurance that he'll make it. But it looks like there's little hope for Bardufoss the three-wheeler. The team finally reached Nordkapp, the most northerly point in mainland Europe. But not everyone has made it. Steve is concerned about their missing teammate. With Brian and the three-wheeler nowhere to be seen, it seems that the Nordkapp challenge has failed. But just as worry starts to spread, a familiar sound fills the air. Brian's managed to nurse the sick engine up the mountain track. Incredibly, the hardy three-wheeler has travelled 400 miles on just one cylinder. All 5 cars and the 7 drivers have reached their final destination. The challenge has successfully raised over £50,000 for Marfan research. Research that will be dedicated to improving the lives of Marfan families worldwide. But the real success of this challenge was starting the spread of Marfan awareness throughout Europe and Scandinavia. Now all that's left for the team is for them to turn around and start the long journey home.
Right, back to England! So where's the next one then?